If you think we rip Luka, oh my goodness. Brian Windhorst last night.
He must have lost a bet or something.
Holy smokes. No, I heard Gresh talking about this earlier. I think he made a great point. I think the Mavs are sick of his attitude. And I think the way Gresh put it, if I'm not mistaken, it was scowl terminology. They gave the code red to just go in on Luka. They're sick of his crap. The Mavs are sick of it. So listen to Windhorst here after the game. This is somebody inside the team bitching and complaining, probably Jason Kidd, about Luka Doncic.
I thought it was perfect that Luka fell onto the ground there in an unacceptable position to put himself in with 4 minutes left with 5 fouls, and then immediately looks at the bench and says, you better bleeping challenge it, as if it's the bench's fault that he just made a terrible play. I'm standing here in the Mavericks tunnel. Over there is the Celtics tunnel. That's where the winners are. If Luka's ever going to be a winner coming out of this tunnel here, he is going to have to use what's happened in this finals as a learning experience.
Can we stop it for a second, Ryan? Just when he says that's where the winners are?
It's so
like,
good.
See that tunnel over there? That's where the winners are.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And when Windhorst is telling you to go waddle down to your own tunnel, that's not exactly great.
Windhorst cook.
He is going to have to use what's happened in this finals as a learning experience. His defensive performance is unacceptable. He is a hole on the court. The Celtics are attacking him. They are ahead in this series because they have attacked him defensively. And you've got a situation here where Luka is complaining about the officiating. They have begged him. They have talked with him. They have pleaded with him. He is costing his team because of how he treats the officials. He's a brilliant player. He does so many things well. They are here because of how he did. His performance in this game is unacceptable and the reason why the Mavericks are not going to win. He's got to get over this. And the fact that he came out after the game and blamed the officials showed me he's nowhere close yet. So maybe over the summer, somebody will get to him because nobody with the Mavericks or anybody else in his life has. And that's where the Mavericks are at this point. They're never going to get to this tunnel with the trophy if he doesn't improve those aspects of his game.
Please clap.
Bravo, Windy. So like no one in his personal life can get to him. So like that tells me like, hey, Luka, could you cut out the Twinkies? And like he won't listen is where I think that's going, which is rich coming from Windy, who, by the way, was kind of distancing himself from the take today. He wussed out a little bit this morning on Get Up and First Take. Though. He's like, well, I can see him in 2 years raising the Larry O'Brien trophy and saying, I knew I wasn't good enough then, which is some of what we're hearing from the Celtics now. So I think he's distancing himself a little bit, but good take from Windhorst. I'd stand by it.
He's a hole on the court.
That was tough.
He's a what?
Oh, we heard
He is a hole on the court.
Let's get to your phone calls here. Sean in the car with a good conspiracy theory. Go ahead, Sean.
So thank you for taking my call. So my conspiracy theory is if you look at Luka's fourth foul, it was just absolutely out of nowhere for no reason. That was the dumbest foul. The one that fouled him out was not what caused the problem. So that's one thing. Second thing, how could you possibly say that Luka is the best player on the court and in the very next breath say that he's the worst defensive player?
Yeah, it's fair. He's been so bad defensively that to say he was the best player on the floor in the series is wrong.
How about overall? I understand people are getting like really upset that I have said this.
Well, we all said it. I mean, I don't think it.
Okay, so you're not running away from it.
Well, no, I'm saying I think I was wrong about it. Yes, I said it going into the series, but I think I was wrong. He has not been the best player, not even close.
He hasn't been the best player in this series, but if I look at it overall, like...
Okay, but look at how he plays defense. How can you say he's the best player or a better player than the guys the Celtics have when he plays defense like that?
I think he has the contributions that he usually makes on offense are big enough to negate that, how bad his defense is.
Okay, I'm not so sure. And by the way, I'm not exactly like Captain Defense over here.
It wasn't last night. He was completely stupid.
But it's
but I'm saying overall, like, if I'm ranking all the players in the series, I'm still putting him at the top. Yeah. I know people hate that, but that's how I feel.
You put up with the defense when he gives you 30, 10, and 10 every night. I mean, that's basically what he's been averaging in the playoffs. So I know he didn't get that last night.
I'm not after watching him. I'm not. In this, I told you this in the Western Conference Finals. So I was wrong. I don't like my take anymore that he was the best player in this series. He's not. And so I said, I want to watch his defense. I hear he's a better defender. He's not. He's trash. And so I'm not Captain Defense, but you can't just be letting guys go to the hoop and getting lost defensively constantly. Like, you need a little bit. You need minimum effort. There's no effort from that guy.
No, and especially on plays where he thought he got fouled and he's flopping around on the ground and they're going back on a 5-on-4 the other way and he's just not even there. He's not even there playing any defense at all. I mean, that happened a bunch of times.
You're not in shape.
In the second half.
You're not in shape. You cry to the officials and you don't try. Like, you can't. You're not the best player. You're not a better player than Tatum and Brown when that's how you carry yourself.
He's getting crushed today. I mean, not just by winning.
Yeah.
It's like everywhere you
Good.
hit. And you know what? You deserve. This is what happens. And this is what happens, Celtics fans, when you blow it in the finals.
Thank you.
You get crushed. This is the way it works. They're not getting crushed right now because they're kicking ass. But 2 years ago, when they blew it, they got crushed and they deserved it, just like Doncic does now.
Yeah, agreed. You
Or
lost
Doncic, if you will.
you lost the finals. It sticks to you. Watch what's going to happen with Luka over the next year or two. He's going to get wildly criticized.
Doncic is the best player on the court.
Oh, it's not fair. Tatum gets all this criticism. You win, you'll shut people up. Now Luka will be the guy everybody yells at. Bob is in Marshfield on Luka. Go ahead, Bob.
Hi, I think you have to cut Luka a little bit of slack because he's fighting 3 injuries: a serious knee injury,
Nope.
a rib injury,
Nope.
a wrist injury.
Nope.
And even though
Nope.
he's not a great defender,
Not doing it. Not do it. I didn't do it for Tatum last year in Game 7. I'm not doing it for Luka. Tatum was fine in Game 7. He played 42 minutes, I believe, off the top of my head. What did Luka play again last night? Luka played 38 minutes again. He's fine. He's fine. I'm not telling you he's not dealing with anything, but if you're going to be out there for pushing 40 minutes a night, and he's been over 40 minutes in some of these other games, I will not say that. You want to give him the out that he's hurt?
Absolutely not. Look, he looks more hurt when he's losing and when he's not playing well. And when the shot's not fouling, all of a sudden he looks like he's dealing with a lot. When the shots are falling and he's rebounding, he looks fine. So, no, I don't really buy into it. I think it's pretty performative.
Yeah, this is how I felt about Tatum last year. It's like Tatum seemed fine when the ball was in his hands in Game 7, and Luka seems fine when the ball's in his hands. Seems fine. So, no, I don't think that's the issue.
That was the closest game that Dallas had to win, right? I mean, that was the closest they came to winning a game, and Luka was the second banana in that game. You know, that was Kyrie Irving's game last night. He was the better player by far.